And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is NightMare. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the German Terran player, the blue Terran representing Berserker Esports. It is BattleB. So we settle into that TVP. Oh god, and again, that series is very intense, closer than I definitely assumed coming into it. So shout out to BattleB. But again, NightMare, he has traveled across the world to Germany to HomeStory Cup to compete in this tournament. So NightMare has been very much so in form, especially towards the tail end of the year. Coming into the off season of EPT, NightMare was on that grind set. He was competing in every single online tournament, every single online event, getting better and better results in the lead up to HomeStory Cup. What I will say is that in recent times, NightMare has been a little bit more absent as of late, which has been a little bit sad to see, but maybe just taking some time off, especially during the holidays, during December, has just taken a bit of, has just eased up on competing a little bit more as of late. But at least during the time of HomeStory Cup, he was very much so in form. Very much so in form. As those move out, BattleB going to be opening up double gas. So double gas opener out of our Terran player. Double gas into a faster factory, into a delayed CC, into a much more aggressive start. And it's going to be on NightMare to confirm. Does dive into the main, spots the factory timing, now he knows. And now with this faster factory, BattleB, he can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion, he can go into a committed Widowmine drop, he can go into earlier tank production, he can go into earlier Banshee production. There's a lot of options available here to BattleB. So we'll see what he goes for. See what he enjoys. Has made the initial Reaper. As a reminder, BattleB did skip the SCV Scout, so he has to rely on the Reaper instead to get eyes on the opener and to get eyes on the tech of the Protoss. NightMare, he himself has options. Does he go for a Stargate, a Twilight Council, or a Robo-based opener? It's going to be on NightMare to throw down that tech. Ooh, NightMare setting up a proxy across the map. Okay, yeah, my attention. Up, the dance! Oh, that does come into the shade, forces back the Reaper. The Reaper Scout is denied for now. NightMare setting up a proxy gateway so we can reinforce across the map. Still just on the one. And there it is, proxy gateway has been thrown down. NightMare, he wants to be aggressive himself. Once again, the Reaper is denied. Extra gateways have been thrown down. And BattleB is going to be opening up with a Widowmine drop. So we have the answer to the question that we were posing earlier. It is going to be a mine drop opener. Hellion dives in. Just ignores the Adept, goes to the mineral line. At the same time, Reaper goes for the dive as well. And the Reaper will get eyes on some of these gateways. Does get eyes on the Twilight Council at least. Should recognize that the Twilight Council is a bit delayed. That is a tell, as the proxy is finishing up. And NightMare moves out. And again, with this proxy, you can reinforce across the map, apply pressure, and try to break the natural here and now. Oh, BattleB going out for his drop. The medevac will get eyes on the pylon and the gateway. He knows! And he's getting caught out. BattleB has to pull back. NightMare, does he spot the Widowmine? Up! Mine shot goes off, takes out a Stalker, massive pickup. Stalker goes down. Nice start for BattleB. Very nice start. Bunker gets denied. I mean, there was no bunker set up. Nice pickup here on the Adept. BattleB, he's shutting this down. A couple of boys are being pulled to repair. Up. NightMare playing with fire, trying to bait out that Widowmine. Takes it down. Nice control here by NightMare. Takes down the Widowmine. Boys are being pulled. And NightMare so far is trading well. Gets 2 SCVs. The first tank has almost arrived. Remember, there is no stim. And the Stalker count is getting higher. NightMare bullying back the army, picking up more Marines. 2, 3, oh, almost 3 Marines go down. He avoids the Liberation Zone. The tank has arrived, and finally, BattleB is going to force back the army. He does defend. Whew. Okay, BattleB, he holds. Again, this could have been so much worse. He could have fallen here and now. With the help of this tank, he should be okay. Should be able to hold on. Behind this BattleB just building up his tank out, getting the rest of his Raxes up and running. NightMare likewise should be expanding. So far, he's still on 2 bases. His 3rd base is late. I mean, I'm sure NightMare was hoping to maybe just end the game here and now. But now he's forced to expand. And now we can settle into a longer game state. Whew, okay. Also, siema, papi siema. Hello, Wormshik. Hello. Good to see you. Dzień dobry. It's NightMare. He does threaten to jump into the main. Again, just keeping the Terran busy. And the goal for NightMare should just be to contain. Just contain the Terran player. Oh. Stalkers get low. They do actually get behind the mineral line. NightMare finding a lot of damage here. And more damage than he should have. Taking down extra Marines, getting 3 SCVs. NightMare, he will not lose a single Stalker. War Prism does get away. And again, throughout all of this, NightMare is expanding. He's expanding. Getting us a 3rd up and running. We'll lose a couple of workers to this Raven. As BattleB is trying to get some counter damage. Eventually, he's going to be able to break out. He's still just waiting for his stim. Like stim and combat shields finishing up in a couple of seconds. And then finally, BattleB can break out and either expand or commit to a 2-base all-in. Like BattleB, he has to make a choice. Does he pull the boys? Or does he expand? Ay, 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 este pecoeta. Stalkers, they get turned away. Storm is almost done for NightMare. BattleB is looking for the 3rd. No, sorry, looking for the 4th. As he gets eyes on the 3rd. Tank shots going off. 1 tank goes down. Ooh, NightMare going to be losing all his Stalkers. This is not worth it. Only gets the 1 tank. Massive pickups. BattleB punishes NightMare quite hard. A very nice catch. That was how many? That was 9 Stalkers for 1 tank. Nowhere near worth it for NightMare. And here comes the move out. BattleB, he throws down 2 more Raxes. He had a choice to make. He could have thrown down a CC. Has yet to do so. So still very committed. Goes back to mining. And there it is. 3rd CC now gets thrown down. A bit of a later 3rd here by BattleB. But is on the way nonetheless. Moving on portal. Storm is done. Oh my god. Oh my god. The storms. The storms are brutal. And with that NightMare, he shuts down the main army. The prism will fall. But BattleB, he has to get the hell out of here. He has to race back home. And BattleB, he has no tanks, by the way. Okay, he's setting up. Tank will siege. As we are going to be settling in. So far we have NightMare just maintaining map control, denying the 3rd. As you see NightMare pushing forward, BattleB can finally look to expand. Oh, he's got more storms. Yeah, the High Templar, they're ready for the storms once again. BattleB just trying to hold on, trying to expand. Storm's going to be going up. And there's just not enough heroes else. They're going to be able to break through. Good mine shots, though. Mine shots are solid, but the tanks are going down. The bio army is exposed. It looks like the Zealots are going to be going down, though. BattleB, he's holding. Whew. He's holding on. He forces back the army. He establishes his third base. BattleB, he's in this. Holds on. NightMare taking his own fourth. Again, this fourth base is a bit late. NightMare instead just bypassing the main army, going for a massive warp in into the main. Let's go for the warp in. Not really getting too much value there, just 3 SCVs. Marines, they will shut this down. And BattleB, for the first time in a long time, takes the supply lead. Not bad. He holds, he defends, now he can counterattack. NightMare across the map in a bit of trouble. I mean, again, NightMare, he's been so committed throughout this game. Late third base, late fourth base, hyper aggression out of NightMare. Time and time again, he's been hoping to kill his opponents, and he hasn't been. And now this fourth base, it's going to go down. There's no defensive setup here. The army's out of position. Expansion does fall. NightMare coming in with the storms. EMPs don't quite connect. But NightMare, he's now stuck on 3 bases. And BattleB, he has the better economy. Now getting a 4th CC himself. The 4th base is faster than that of the Protoss player, of the Protoss opponent. Moving out. And NightMare, he needs these storms to count. As BattleB moves out, Zealots, they hit the mineral line. Oh my god, that's not, they're counting! Oh my god! The storms are brutal. Widow mines go down, Zealots, they bust into the mineral line as well. They do distract at least the production. Getting 6, 7, 8 SCVs. Likewise, NightMare chasing back the reinforcements, does catch the Raven. But NightMare is still just trying to get his 4th base up and running. Both players, they back off, they lick their wounds. That's a lot of Storm. That's a lot of High Templar. Jesus, how many? 11! 11 High Templar! NightMare, calm down! He's gonna have a lot of storms to work with. That's what I will say. Thankfully, BattleB does have some ghosts, so there's gonna be some counterplay available. You know, who lands first, the storm or the EMP? As NightMare's being active. Likewise, it does leave some High Templar back at him to defend. NightMare's moving in. EMP got to turn away. Viking's going to be chased down. The ghost count still looking quite healthy here for BattleB. So far, it's keeping up. War Prism is with the main army for NightMare. As the game is calming down, BattleB still maintains that supply lead. Both players going to be expanding. As I'll be honest, like 10 minutes ago, I didn't think we would get to this point. We're maxing out. Both BattleB and NightMare, we're just maxing out at this point. Getting our 5th expansions. Both players building up. When it comes to the main army compositions here, I do feel like we're lacking a little bit when it comes to the Viking count. 6, okay, soon to be 8 Vikings here from BattleB. So he's building up his Vikings to help deal with the Colossi. There aren't that many though, only 2 Colossi here for NightMare. He's just really, really very storm heavy. Very storm heavy. Speaking of, takes out a High Templar. There's 10 left. Still 10 to go. Let's go. Of course, there is potential for an EMP to connect and the Vikings to shut down the Warp Prism. True. Speaking of, Storm's going to be going off. Prism goes down. Ooh, the Storms are brutal. They shut down most of the bio, at least half of it. Another Storm zones away. BattleB has to respect at the same time. Does go for a split push, denies the 5th. Who else is going to be shut down? But the Storms are brutal. BattleB does stand in the mode for a little bit too long. Another Storm connects. Oh my god! The value! He stands in the Storms. Stop it. As once again, the Storms that defend towards the north as well. NightMare just completely shutting BattleB down. BattleB plummeting in supply. He was maxed. Not anymore. And now that does trigger a counterattack. And NightMare, he still has 6 more High Templar. Still has Storms remaining. NightMare is pushing in. Oh, nice EMP. Does connect. Does connect well. But there's still Storms left over. And Storms, they cover the bio. And NightMare, he breaks through. More Storms coming in. Oh my god, he still has more. There's still 2 full energy High Templar in the mix. GG gets called. And NightMare takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Despite that though, still a very close back and forth. There were definitely moments for BattleB as well. For the most part, BattleB was on the back foot, but he had some very nice engagements on his side of the map. Was able to punish the aggressive nature of NightMare. As we were pointing out at the time, NightMare intentionally delayed his 3rd and he delayed his 4th base, because I don't think he really intended to expand and take a 3rd, take a 4th, or take a 5th. Because that, he was very committed. When he wasn't killing BattleB, things were looking a little bit dire for NightMare. And BattleB had his moments. He did have his moments there in that game. Despite that, NightMare will take a lead though. Does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if BattleB can bounce back. As we're getting ready for game number 2, going to be loading into Whispers of Gold. See someone asking in chat, does EMP remove mana? It does, it does. So EMP removes mana and removes shields as well. Does both. So that's why you have that kind of dynamic here, where ideally you do want to be able to catch out the High Templar ahead of time, land with those EMPs, and deny the Storms. Likewise, that is also why typically you would actually be hiding High Templar in a Warp Prism, because if you EMP a Warp Prism, the EMP doesn't affect the units inside. So it's a way to protect the High Templar from EMPs by keeping them in the Warp Prism, then dropping them to be able to preserve those Storms and preserve that energy. So there's that kind of like back and forth dynamic between the spellcasters. But here we go, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is NightMare. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the German Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Berserker Esports. Having a close game 1, but down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is BattleB. Here we go. But likewise, you have a similar dynamic in StarCraft Evolution with Dropper Lords and Defilers, where Defilers, you ideally want to preserve the energy, avoid those EMPs, and land with those Plagues, or land with those Dark Swarms. Similar with Storm drops in StarCraft 2. Here we go. So then we're going to settle in, and as a reminder, last game BattleB did open up double gas into a faster factory into a winter mine drop. This time single gas opener means a faster CC, and NightMare, is being as annoying as possible, is attempting to delay the expansion for as long as he can with that probe. The CC is finally going to be thrown down, but NightMare did force a little bit of inefficiency out of BattleB, forcing down that second SCV to chase down the probe. So a bit of damage was dealt, BattleB will expand, and NightMare, of course, with the probe, did scout the faster command center. So now he knows that it's going to be a much more standard economic opener out of BattleB, and NightMare knows he can cut some corners. He can cut some corners early on. He has a little bit less to worry about in the early game as we settle in. And we'll see what NightMare goes for. Again, welcome one and all to Whispers of Gold, one of the smaller maps in the map pool. So I wouldn't be opposed to even a safer opener out of NightMare. Speaking of being safe, BattleB throws down the bunker on the low ground to make sure that his CC is not delayed by a depth harass. Reaper dives in, scouts the tech of choice, Twilight Council has been thrown down. Now this is a much faster Twilight Council. As a reminder, last game, NightMare was hyper aggressive. He went for a proxy gateway. Because of the proxy, his Twilight Council was very delayed. And if you recall, BattleB did scout how late the Twilight Council was. He was able to, be more defensive. It was still a very shaky, very chaotic start to the game. But, we got there. Interesting, as that is going to be the second Rax on the way. We have a 2-1-1 setup, but we might see BattleB go for a third Rax as well before the starport. We'll see if he does. If he does throw down a third Rax, that is a sign of a potential all-in, like a 2-base all-in. So we'll keep an eye on BattleB. Otherwise, we could just see a 2-1-1, which is not unheard of in this matchup. Ooh, early tank production. Very early tank production here out of BattleB. Reaper does arrive. Gets a couple of probes, not bad. 2 probes going down before falling. Checking the gateway count here, it is going to be 3-gate blink, very safe opener out of NightMare. And the Adept does confirm, does get eyes on the 2-1-1. And does also confirm tank production as well. As the first tank has arrived, Stim is on the way. And yep, there it is, third Rax. So this looks like a 2-base all-in. The reason why I'm saying that, there's a couple different things. One, of course, the early tank production. 2, delayed starport means delayed medevacs, delayed drop play, hyper prioritization of bioproduction and stim. So this all leads into just aggressive play here out of BattleB. It doesn't have to be an all-in, but it is an option here, and we could see BattleB pull the boys. Now, NightMare, he has seen a lot of this build already, so that is a bit of a problem for BattleB, is that for the most part, this is less of a surprise. NightMare hasn't gotten full confirmation, but remember, he did open up 3-gate blink. Very safe opener. Never mind, he's going into a 4th gateway. Oh my god. So NightMare is going to be more assertive. 1 eBay on the way. That's going to be for specifically +1 attack. With a 4-gate setup, NightMare can be more assertive. He's poking in. There is no Warp Prism and currently no high ground vision, so NightMare can't really dive into the main. But he's containing his opponent. So it looks like the 4th gateway was more of a reaction to what he had seen, expecting more aggression, and NightMare does intentionally delay his 3rd, which I think is okay here in this position. Well, Archive's on the way. So NightMare, he's going towards Storm. Bio Army is building up. There's the add-on soul for medevac production. Only 2 tanks. Bear that in mind. Usually with a 2-base all-in, you would actually get a 3rd tank. You'd build up towards 3 tanks, then move out across the map. So this add-on swap tells us that potentially BattleB is indeed planning to expand. And the Observer will confirm the starport and the medevac production. And the lack of additional tanks, of course, as there is no tech lab on that factory. Here comes the move out of BattleB. And already NightMare is going to slow it down. Not losing a single Stalker, picks up a couple of Marines. And the goal here for NightMare is to force the siege. There we go, 3rd CC's on the way. So again, BattleB, he's not all in. The medevac, oh my god, dives into the main. 1 Stalker goes down. 3rd CC gets scouted. And BattleB gets slowed down. He's forced to turn back around, forced to come back home. Oh, this wasn't right. This wasn't quite worth it here for NightMare. It does bleed out a lot of Stalkers. BattleB still does commit. Still does move out. And NightMare is getting ready. And Storm is almost done. Oh boy. Storm is almost done at this point. NightMare pushing in. He's got how many? He's got 4 High Templar. I mean, we saw how brutal the storms were earlier. So BattleB has to respect this. But now he rotates. We have a drop towards the main. And the rest of the army does rotate towards the left. NightMare does spot this. He's not ready in the main base though. It does react in time. Does warp in. So far it keeps up with the army, chasing it down. The tanks are pre-sieged. So a nice bait out of BattleB. And as a reminder, throughout all of this, he's expanding. He's getting his 3rd CC, soon to be on location. Of course, NightMare is fully aware as he sees everything with the Observer. Goes Academy's on the way. And NightMare, he's now going for his own counterattack. He sees the army coming back home. The Widowmine! Oh my god. The mine doesn't quite go off. NightMare could threaten a storm drop into the main mineral line. Or just try to break this position. There's a minefield. Pushing into the 3rd is not going to be easy. He's going for the mineral line. Oh! There we go, storm drop here on the SCVs. They do pull away. 1 SCV goes down. But he has more storms. Oh my god. Don't come back too soon. Be careful. Again, there's still 2 storms left over. Storm on the bio. Massive connection. 1 High Templar goes down. Bit of miscontrol there out of NightMare. It's a bit of miscontrol. 3 High Templar left. Main army pushing in. A's going for the tank. Decent mine connections. Storms once again on the SCVs. Oh my god, and so many SCVs going to be going down. High Templar do fall. There's the final storm, and from here, NightMare should back off, but he gets 17 workers. He does cripple the economy. Behind this, getting his own 4th. BattleB, he is now in trouble. Has gotten his own ghost, though. The ghosts have arrived. NightMare building back up. The bay is on the way. It can be quite risky relying on just purely storms, so he is working on some further splash damage. Should be for Colossus production with the 2nd robo and the bay. Scan does not reveal the Observer. The Observer does survive. Main army's going to be clashing. EMP connects with the Warp Prism, not with the High Templar. Up. Has to be very careful though. The Prism is low. Storm goes up. Feedbacks here on the Ghosts. All the Ghosts go down. 1 survives. I spoke too soon. The final Ghost falls. Nice control here at a NightMare, specifically targeting all those Ghosts. Likewise, trying to catch another. Jesus, playing with fire here. That's a 1 HP Warp Prism. He's crazy. Calm down. 1 HP. I wouldn't even be opposed to NightMare just building another Warp Prism just in preparation for losing this one. But for now, living life on the edge, catching out the drop, takes down the medevac. BattleB peels off some units, going for his own counterattack as well, going for the 4th. 4th is exposed, no Warp Prism. The army's not here, gets into the mid-line, snipes the High Templar. A nice drag into the Widow Mines. At the same time, NightMare catching out a tank. But NightMare, he's getting pulled apart. Oh my god. Storm says zone away. NightMare, he does defend. Likewise, catching out the army. The Observer does see that BattleB doesn't commit on the left-hand side. NightMare can push in. Nice EMP on the Stalkers. Not quite on the High Templar. Still a very tense moment.
We embrace the glory of battle. Kassaw.
NightMare trying to catch out the main army. We grazed the army with a storm. But here we go. The Colossi have arrived. It's now no longer just about purely storm, and there are no Vikings. The Viking count is low. NightMare, he can hold. That'll be going for a Doom Drop into the main. Stalkers are in position. Storm as well. There's one more Storm. Does connect. Turning back the army. Black West BattleB going for a split push, but he runs into Zealots. And he's not really gaining any ground. But he's getting damage in the main. Takes down the Cyber Core. Limits the Warpins. Is forced to pick up. Ooh, full medevac goes down. NightMare holds. NightMare, he is going to be able to hold on. Can go back into Colossus. BattleB, he has begun Viking production. But he's down to supply. Decent EMPs. But the storm still goes up. Oh my god, yeah, the storms, they pop off. So many storms. Oh my god, they just keep going. And GG, BattleB, his army crumbles. NightMare defends, and NightMare, he will take the 2-0. GG. GG, well played. And NightMare, he will take it in. Coming into this, he was favored, but a shout out to BattleB, especially in game one. Game one was so close. Game one was so back and forth. Again, part of it was because of how hyper aggressive NightMare was and how that aggression failed, and how BattleB was able to bounce back and make a game out of it, of course. Here, we also saw quite a close back and forth as well. BattleB, he was able to hold his own, but in the end, NightMare was able to keep up with the rotations, keep up with the movement of his opponent, and for the most part, shut down the drop play, the counterattacks. Was able to keep up with BattleB. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have reached the halfway mark. We've reached the halfway mark here of tonight's broadcast. Again, just to reiterate, just for those that are curious, we are going over the replays of Group A of HomeStory Cup 26. We actually did cast this event live, but at the time, there were only 2 streams. There was the main stream, and we were the B stream here on the CranKy Ducklings. Only 2 matches were being casted at a time, and there were 3 matches being played at a time. So because of that, in every single group, there was a third of the group that wasn't casted. Straight, just a third of the matches in the group stage were never casted. So we are going to be coming in after the fact with these replays to catch up on those matches that were otherwise played off stream. So that is the plan here for the next couple of days, especially since, you know, there's no other major event going on at the moment, not here on New Year's Day, I should say, and we can have a look at the matches here tonight and catch up on what's been going on. So far than I did, I mean, we've been following BattleB. It's a bit of a shame, but, you know, at the time, during HomeStory Cup, BattleB's matches were not being broadcasted, so that's why we're catching up on them. BattleB took down Fiat 2-0, and if you missed out on it, I recommend the VODs, because even though it says 2-0 for Lambo and 2-0 for NightMare, even though they 2-0'd BattleB, very close games. I mean, I was praising BattleB for game 1 against NightMare. Yo, game 1 and game 2 against Lambo were insane. They were crazy. Basically went down to base rates, went down to a 1 base economy versus 1 base economy. Very close games. Again, I'll reiterate once again, there's a world out there where BattleB takes down Lambo 2-0 instead, and even forces an ace match against NightMare. So very impressive stuff here out of BattleB. Despite not taking the series themselves, has been looking very impressive against his opponents. And as you can see, we still have 2 matches left here tonight. 2 matches left. We have Skillus versus BattleB, and we have Ryung versus Jumi. 2 more TVPs. Let's go. Those are the 2 matches remaining here tonight. And again, Ryung versus Jumi is a Group D match. The reason for that is because there aren't actually many Group D matches that weren't broadcasted, so we're going to be squeezing them in at the end of the night. And tomorrow we're going to be back. We're going to be live with Group B. Group B is going to be tomorrow. Group A is today. That is the plan. But now that we've reached the halfway mark, we're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on a short break. Take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and hydrate all of your hydras. We're going to be back soon with some Skillus action. See you soon. See you then. Oh, see you soon. See you soon.